Hello, everyone. I am live now, and I'm not going to be on here very long. I just want to talk about my pre-show for tomorrow. We haven't set a time yet because we had a technological difficulty today. I think I figured it all out. So hopefully, you guys can see me now, and feel free to type in, and then I'm going to invite my guest to come back tomorrow, who was EC Hill, also client friend, former player on my team that I used to own, the Chicago Twisters. And so she was waiting so patiently today in the back office here. But oh gosh, my computer just went crazy today. I've had to delete everything, re-download everything. It's been just so crazy. When I say I had to delete every program in my computer and reload them, here we are. So I'm just basically doing a test tonight to make sure that you guys can hear me and make sure that everything's crystal clear, and then we will resume this broadcast tomorrow. But what's important, I do want to share with you what we're going to be talking about tomorrow, and just a little bit tonight. A little bit of a preview is we want to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks, the fact that it's so freaking awesome that I apologize for coming on so late, guys. So late. I'm so sorry. But I wanted to make sure that I worked all the bugs out once and for all. So yes, I'm so super happy about that. So we're going to be talking about the NBA, first of all. The Milwaukee Bucks boycotted their game today, didn't come out on the court. Orlando was patiently waiting for them, and they didn't come out. And then that's when they found out that Milwaukee was boycotting the playoff game today. What's so very important about that is actually 4 significant things happened today. And I want to talk about them, like I said, in great detail tomorrow with my guests. But number one, just the fact that Milwaukee decided to not even give any warning and just not show up. Just say, hey, we're gonna stand up for Jacob Blake and the Breonna Taylors and the Ahmaud Arbery's and the George Floyd's of the world right here in this moment. It was so poignant, so perfect, so telling of where we are in sports. And the reason why it's so important is because we know that in past, Michael Jackson's on my brain. Sorry, Michael Jordan has been condemned for not doing enough at one particular point. There have been several athletes who have not. Most famous is Muhammad Ali. Of course, he spent 3 years of his life not fighting to show. To really like bring a point and bring home his disdain for what was going on in American politics. But since Muhammad Ali so many years ago, there really hasn't been a lot of people that have done that. So with that being said, what is happening right now is, like I said, and to Michael Jordan's credit, he has given $100,000 of his own money to current social justice issues. So that's a great thing. But tomorrow we're going to talk about these 4 things. So make sure you leave me a comment. Make sure you let me know that you can hear me. We're going to be talking about number 1, Doc Rivers and the interview that he did yesterday after the game. We're going to be talking about the Milwaukee Bucks, the fact that they boycotted their game today, their playoff game, and the fact that the NBA chose to postpone, not cancel, but postpone the other 2 games that were following the Orlando and Milwaukee. Then we're going to talk about the WNBA, who initially was going to, at the 7-minute mark, for the 7 shots that was received in the back of Jacob Blake. They were going to hold the ball for 7 minutes. on I think the 24-second clock or whatever. And then we later heard that they weren't even going to play as well. And then if all of that wasn't enough, the Detroit Lions decided they were going to not hold their practice game today. They definitely decided not to practice. And then if that wasn't enough, the MLB, the Milwaukee Brewers, decided not to play today too. What's interesting, and we're going to talk about all that tomorrow with our guests, but what's so interesting about the Milwaukee Bucks is the fact that, the Milwaukee Brewers was the fact that there's very few African Americans in baseball. So for them to actually get involved, that says a lot. That says a lot for baseball to decide that they were going to be a part of this boycott today. So I'm really just excited to see, like I said, to talk to my guests tomorrow and, see what everyone else thinks about that. If you guys have some comments, please drop them. Like I said, today has been the day. I don't know if you guys have ever had any computer issues. I haven't had computer issues in a long time. So this threw me off today. I was like, oh my God. I mean, I did everything from calling the computer store to Googling. And I think actually Google helped me out. But it was a Google Chrome issue. So Google should have helped me out today. But anyway, so yeah, I actually Googled my problem away, if that is even possible. So thank God, I don't know what we would do without Google. I was even going to let you guys know how stressed I was. I was even at one point going to call like a service to come and look at it, but we were talking over the phone and they didn't sound like they really knew what was going on here. So I'm like, look, I don't mind paying an hourly rate for y'all to come out, but not for y'all to come out and sit and talk to me. So I said, let me just keep on Googling, and I did everything, like I said, till I found what I think is the problem, or I thought was the problem. So we're going to tackle this show again tomorrow. And I wanted to make sure I apologize for all of you guys, because I have people texting me, inboxing me, and I could not figure out what the heck, was going on. So I'm really super happy. But this was a big day in sports. It was a humongous day for social justice issues, and more importantly, it was a big day for athletes. It's because I think someone said to me, and I don't know if this is true or not, but someone said to me, well, these younger athletes, they kind of do it differently. I don't think it's an age thing per se. I think that for once and for all, I think there's several different factors I think that went into play here. I think one of them was the fact that the George Floyd murder it had so much energy around it, energy from the country, energy from, from athletes, from activists, just the other day, I think I read on the Jasmine brand a couple of days ago, or maybe yesterday, that Portia from Real Housewives, Yandy from Love and Hip Hop, and some other celebrity influencer got arrested yesterday. It was like 3 or 4 people protesting in Atlanta. So I think that this particular George Floyd situation was a little different. There's a lot more people involved. You got a lot more celebrities involved. You've had Nick Cannon. You had, all kinds of celebrities, literally athletes, entertainers, putting their life on the line, going out, protesting, putting their influence and their money for this particular issue. And so I think that it's not just about age. Some of it may be about age, but I don't think it's all age. I think it's a combination of things, and I think, LeBron said it best today when he just said, we're fed the F up. And I think that, I'm not going to curse here, but I really do think that was part of it, that, people, they're fed up now. It's kind of like, okay, they're tired of having that talk with their kids. They're tired of having that conversation with their peers. Did you believe, did you see that this happened again? And I think that's really what did it this time, not so much the age. Now that could be a factor, the fact that but also I think another factor is there are more issues closer together, and there are more cell phones out here now. So I think those factors are also, you have to be taken into account, meaning that, not everyone has a cell phone. Everyone can get, there's more social media. People can upload stuff immediately to Instagram, to Twitter, to Facebook, and get an initial attention of millions of people. They didn't have that back in Michael Jordan days. There was no cell phone cameras, not to the degree. And if they did, they weren't out here filming every little thing. At that point, we didn't have, the kind of cameras I have on my iPhone now. We barely had a camera on our phone. Our phones were just for that. It was just for using a phone. So, there are so many factors that I think have impacted the way these athletes are handling this, but we have criticized them. I'm saying we as a whole have criticized them for so many years, saying you guys should be using your platform to do this for your community. We see that you bought mom and dad a house and a car and all that, but what about the community? And for many years, to be honest with you, that was not their thing. That wasn't their jam. It was like, I'm making this money. I want to live my lavish lifestyle. I only have a few years to play, and then I'm going to do something for mom and dad. So now it is so amazing and just so refreshing to see that these athletes are putting themselves out there like that, and they're like willing to boycott a game. And let's be clear here. You're talking about individuals that are making gazillions of dollars. And I left one off today. So I told you guys about the NBA, the WNBA, the MLB, the Detroit Lions NFL, and I left off one important fact, and that was Kenny Smith walked off of NBA TNT today in solidarity with his former players. And it was so interesting to see that, to watch it, because here's Shaq on the left. We're talking about, us looking at them. Here's Shaq on the left. Here's Ernie Davis, and then here's Charles Barkley on the right. And they are watching him pack up his stuff, get his keys, his phone, and walk off the stage. And the two, the other two of them are sitting there in awe, or the three of them, I should say, but I'm saying the two of them, meaning Shaq and Charles, because those are the other two African-American hosts here, and, former players as well. And they're just sitting here watching him as he packs his keys and stuff up. And he's kind of like, I'm going to leave, and we'll talk about this tomorrow, or we'll talk about this on the next day. And so it's been a day. And so I couldn't get my technology up and going to get my host on the show, my co-host. So we're going to try to tackle this tomorrow. And we're going to be live on 3 places tomorrow again. And this is broadcasting live across not only just the Facebook account, but the YouTube account. And also the Periscope. Now, I've got to tell you guys something interesting about Periscope and technology in general. So I've had a Periscope account since Periscope was Periscope, right? And I've got a diamond badge and all this stuff and all this hoo-ha, whatever. 7 million hearts on Periscope, top of the line there. But for some reason, Periscope would not let us on this particular platform hook up that particular account, which is our Casey BizBoss account. So we did have a Life After Sports account, but gosh, you're talking the difference of, 7,000 followers and probably 300. So we're getting there. And of course, in our Periscope title for this, we put the Casey BizBoss, and hopefully people will realize it's the same person. But I just wanted to share with you that technology is like life. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. But you can't let anything get you down. You can't let anything, you have to punt every day. If I leave you no other message other than this one, you have to punt every single day. And what I mean by that is you got to keep on going, because there's always going to be something. There's going to be some technology that's not working. There's going to be There's going to be technology that's not going to be working sometime for you. There's going to be money issues. It's going to be something. So you have to, at all times, you've got to just keep on going. Keep on moving forward. Keep on punting. Okay? Find whatever it is that is kind of like throwing you off your center, because it might be a person, it might be an issue, it might be whatever, but you got to keep going. I mean, every day I get calls from clients and family members and my daughter. It's, there's always some person that is out there trying to take you off your square. There's always some person that, I don't care what you do, they can do it better. There's always some person that wants to copy everything you do. You can't even get it out good, and here they are trying to copy you. But you know what? You got to hunker down. You got to hunker down. That's what I said. Hunker down. Make your list of what it is that you need to do. Make your list of what it is that you want to accomplish. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. You're not going to let me knock me off my square. I could have went live from my cell phone today. That's what I probably would have told my clients. But I needed to work out what was going on with my computer, because I also have clients that I do broadcasting for them on my computer. And I host their show. So I needed to figure out what the problem was today. So that was different. But I could have went live individually on one of my cell phones or my iPad. That's one way to get around what I was dealing with today. But here's what I really wanted to say. When COVID happened, this is my final thoughts here. When COVID happened, most of us were like, oh my God, COVID is going to take us out. We can't go anywhere. I mean, I've heard everything. We can't go anywhere. It's too many things happening. We were locked in the house. But you know what I said to myself about COVID, about being locked in the house? I said, I'm going to use this time and get my infrastructure together. I said this to someone yesterday. Infrastructure. My business infrastructure needed house cleaning. So I made a list of 7 things that I wanted to do, that I had been fiddling around with, and I was going to get them done no matter what. And I'm going to tell you a couple of things that was on my list. I had an LLC. Yes, I thank you. I had an LLC in another city, but I needed an LLC here in Vegas. Okay. So I had to recreate my LLC. I had to recreate or get a different business license. I had to, what else? We needed to, my female minority certification, because I went to an event and they said we would work with you if you were female minority certified. I just didn't want to do the paperwork. I just was too lazy, too busy, whatever you want to call it. I just wouldn't freaking do it. I sat down and I'm done with the women in business certification. Now I'm working on the veteran business certification. Then I'm also starting a nonprofit for athletes. And I have one other thing, my app. Make sure you guys download our app. It's on both stores. The last but not least, was we needed to do some updating on the app. And we've done just about everything. We're getting ready to upload it. What is my point here? My point here is I used COVID to get my infrastructure in place, get my house in order. Okay, my business house. So that's what I'm saying to you. Take the rest of this time, guys. We won't get another time where the whole country is actually shut down and you don't have to compete, because ain't nobody doing business. So this is the perfect time for you to get some of those other things, those certifications, those 100-page applications, documents, things that you've been not doing. This is the time to get them done. So I wanted to leave you guys with that, because yes, COVID had that. I haven't been crying about COVID. I'm glad. I figure I got a business reset where I didn't have to go to 100 events every week. I actually had the time to do the business things that I wanted to do. And so that's all I'm saying to you guys is you got probably another 6 to 8 weeks before things start popping and opening back up full steam. And then you're going to be in that rat race again. And you're going to feel like, oh my God, I got so much to do. I can't do the stuff I want to do. Use this time to get all that stuff done. So when things open back up, bam, you need a nonprofit, you got it. Bam, you need a certification, you got it. Bam, 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 whatever it is. So I want to leave you guys with that. Thank you guys for showing up for me tonight in my late night rant. But yes, I wanted to just tell everyone we did get everything. Oh, you know, Mr. King, you are like my number one. But you guys know, I know it is difficult. Where you? Oh, you're watching from Periscope. Great. But yeah, I know you guys are, wondering what the heck, because y'all know this is almost bedtime. Let me see what time is it. Almost bedtime, 10 o'clock. So yeah, I normally don't scope or broadcast this late, but I was so upset about missing our broadcast today. So now I can go and literally I just fixed it about maybe 20 minutes ago. So yes, I'm super happy. I'm glad. Make sure that you guys are following me on Twitter. Make sure you guys are you shout this out on Twitter, on Periscope, on Facebook, on YouTube, all four. And then we are starting next month. We're also going to be going live on LinkedIn as well. So that's our next goal, is to add LinkedIn into this. We're going to be doing regular shows. And yes, I just wanted to say that to you guys. Good night. And thank you for tuning in. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.